Well, my friends, I've made it to Rhode Island. If you look behind me, I am at Igus. Igus is one of those incredible companies worldwide, 50 locations. I'm gonna head inside and meet Felix. So if you'll come with me, there's actually two choices. We got employee entrance and we got main entrance. Guess which one I'm going into today? Because guess what as well? I got Big D's badge right here, Big Zach D. So come on, I'm gonna go into the employee entrance because I have so much to show you. Come right this way. Hello my friends, welcome back. I got my buddy Felix with me today and I am in Rhode Island. Yes, the road that's not an island, it is an island, I don't know, but I love it here at Igus, having a great time. We're talking injection molding today. To be fair, Felix, I've done a lot of machining in my life, a lot of programming, but I've never had the real pleasure to do injection molding. So like myself, like the audience, we all get to learn from you today from high level about Igus and what you're doing. I already see a handful of what I would call gold right here when it talk about injection molding. So let's talk about Igus and the story.
Yeah, so welcome Tony, first of all. Igus is a German headquartered injection molding company, but we are active all around the world. We have over 50 locations, over 30 of them are really with operations. We've been making motion plastics since about 1964. Privately held company, over €1 billion in revenue, and we focus on improving what moves. So everything we do is plastics that help you move equipment, move machinery, ideally without lubrication.
Absolutely incredible. Do you want to talk a little bit about this specific part before we start taking this walk? Because there's a lot to see today, but
absolutely.
This part is kind of cool. Can we show it to the camera a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So what we're talking about here is our standard 1-inch J material bearing. It's pretty much our high runner. That is a self-lubricating material, replaces a bronze or a steel bushing that you normally have to grease. Our materials have lubricants baked in, so you basically can run your machine without having to apply external lubricants. That has a lot of advantages, and kind of what our core is we try to generate motion where you don't need external lubrication. They're lighter, they're obviously more eco-friendly because I don't need to put external lubrication in, and they're most of the time more affordable. So we say we either improve cost or we improve your machine running time with everything we do. So
Brilliant.
That is what we do.
Brilliant, I love it. All right, let's start to walk, Felix. This is a big facility, and I want to know a little bit more about the history, because when you mention the amount of years you've been in business, immediately to me, what I think is important for the audience to understand is that when you have the longevity, when you have the history, when you have the depth of what you mentioned, 50 places around the world, I believe you said. This to me means I have a partner that cares, I have a partner that's been around and will be around, so if I decide to invest in this company, if I decide to invest in these machines, I am supported along the way, now and in the future is the first thing I captured. Is that correct?
You are absolutely correct. One unique thing about Igus is we do all our business also direct. So we go to market with direct sales consultants. So even in North America, we have over 100 engineers on the street supporting customers. We don't use a lot of third-party distribution networks because we believe you have to truly understand the customer's product. This facility is really the very first one outside of Germany where we produce our motion plastic parts. In 2022, this was an empty shell. We had about 6 or 7 holes in the roof, puddles on the ground, and that was actually the same time I started with the company. And the hiring person from Germany, our owner, said, "Look, in 9 months we're going to produce in here," and I could not believe it. You know, this was a dirty distribution metal building. And to be honest, within 6 months we created a top-of-the-line, top-of-the-art injection molding facility, fully automated. Runs one shift with people, the other one ghost shift, and we've done that now since about a year. We're in production here, and 42 of our machines are running and spitting out parts for our North American customers.
Absolutely incredible, Felix. For the audience out there watching, we love a good piece of history, right? But with our audience, you also like to get technical and learn about what the differences of these machines might be. So Felix, may I steal your microphone for a minute?
Absolutely.
We're gonna randomly snag someone from the machine over here and offer a bit of technical details about these machines as well. Hello, my friend, how are you?
How are you?
I'm living a dream. To my knowledge, Felix says your name is Joe and you are the man to talk to when it comes to technical capability, what these machines can handle, and some of the parts we're looking at here as well. Is that true?
Absolutely.
I got the right guy?
You got the right
Did you
guy.
skip any meetings for this?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, so let's talk about the machines, what it's able to do. There's an audience out there right now that is just dying to learn more about the differences of these machines versus something else that might be out there. So let's talk about the successes of these Igus machines, these parts that are here.
Absolutely. So this is a standard injection molding machine. I don't want to call it standard, but injection molding is a very simple process. Reciprocating screw, mold, tooling, hydraulics, compression, and you're melting plastic and you're pushing it into a mold. That's the simple version of it. We have a very complex version of that where we have our own materials, custom made per customer spec. And then we have, this is an example here is our bushing line. This is a standard flange bushing. We make thousands of different configurations of this type of part. This is a standard material for us. So the bushing's on the outer side, inside is called a sprue. That's where the material runs to, or a runner, the material runs to the part. We have approximately 500 of these in the US, or on the way to the US, and we have approximately, I would say, 50 qualified so far. So it's a long project right now for this particular one. It's a process that's moving very quickly. We also recycle all the materials here, all the scrap. We turn 20% of the regrind back into the product, so there is no waste. We don't waste anything. We make enough product that we could generate enough scrap and put it back into the final product. Machines, I won't get into specifics on the processes, it's proprietary information, but injection molding is a pretty neat process. Materials drying right now, and it's coming down with the injection unit. It's squirting plastic into the tool, it opens up and ejects the parts out.
Joe, is it okay for me to ask you about this cool looking screen right over here?
Absolutely.
Are there any details that are worthwhile acknowledging here?
So this is a real, I would say, one of the most state-of-the-art central drying systems where we're moving material to the machines from a central location, so nobody's hand-filling the machines. A lot of companies used to hand-fill the machines. We're using a central drying system, and you can control everything from here. If their alarm goes off, you can touch it right here. And you can shut it down, you can turn it on, you can turn it off, you can tell it to call for material to any machine you want. There are several of these throughout the building, so you don't have to always run to one. This is for this area. There's 3 different areas that you can go to and get one.
Very, very cool, Joe. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to invite Felix back on camera today. Joe, you're amazing. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Felix, Joe brought up a couple of things that I think are extremely important. One is the digital platform we were just looking at, I believe, is something we're about to talk about. But before we get into that, let's talk about eco-friendly. Let's talk about green. Let's talk about the importance of that. He mentioned there is 0 waste on the products that were being made. Let's talk about the importance of being eco-friendly, but also kind of the profitability that can come with being eco-friendly as well.
Hopefully it is, right? So eco-friendly and green is important as Igus. It's one of our core values to generate 0 plastic waste and to have a carbon neutral footprint. In general, as an injection molding company, that's always a little hard. We make plastic parts, so we have to think outside of the box of how do I use waste materials, how do I generate the least amount of waste possible. The sprue Joe talked about, we regrind this here in our own facility and actually mix it back into the material that we make parts out of. So nicely, coincidentally, honestly placed. We have some material here where you can get a good idea of how we mix virgin material and regrind. The gray, most of it is regrind. So we blend these materials in-house and then feed them back into the machine so that we can use all the waste we generate during the production process. Additional to that, we actually are buying materials in Germany. We have a recycling material platform online that's called Change, where we try to purchase technical plastics from our customers or other industrial buildings, and we purchase them back to then make new things out of them. Some of them our bushings or linear slide tables, or later you'll see a robot arm. Some of them are bicycles, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But our mission is to find a way to recapture plastic waste and make meaningful parts out of it.
Absolutely perfect explanation. That's really cool. But as I'm listening to you talk, I can't help but look over your shoulder at these giant turkey fryers you have over here. I mean, Thanksgiving must be amazing here in Rhode Island. But what are these things really? What are we doing here?
First and foremost, the turkeys are a little bigger here, so that's why we need them this. But what that really is, it's a central drying unit. We dry our material to get it to the right humidity level into the machines. One of the unique things in Igus is the sheer volume that we do of material. So we centrally dry our main materials and then shoot them basically via vacuum pipe into the individual machines. And oftentimes you hear this like rattling, hissing noise in the background. That is material traveling to the tubes into the machines, so we can avoid having material being transported around. It also helps with safety, but the sheer volume of it makes a big difference.
Very cool. Let's continue to walk. I'm so thrilled to be here, by the way, Felix. Such a great explanation, a wonderful facility. You mentioned to me 2022, this place had holes in the ceiling. It was when you were first brought on. You said there's no way that this could turn into a production facility, but it has. Approximately how many square feet are here? And you even have a ghost house out on the outside where you're just bringing people in as it gets remodeled for people to spend time with you here.
Exactly. So we have 100,000 square foot here. Just for the molding facility. Overall in Rhode Island, we operate 350,000 square feet.
Wow.
The other facilities we'll take a look at later. This campus was an old distribution center of plastic silverware, like plastic plates. And we bought the building. It was absolutely in shambles, honestly. There were no windows in the building. There was no light in the building. And
serious?
Within 6 months, our facilities team, as well as the technical team around Joe, who you met, they really pulled out a state-of-the-art facility. It's a huge investment into our future, right? Right now, we operate 42 molding machines here today, but you'll see later we have room for about 190 that we can operate here, and that building will service the entire Americas for a very, very long time.
That's super cool, and I can't wait to show the audience the amount of space that you have here. Is it okay if I steal the microphone from you again?
Absolutely.
Because you guys love technology, right? Okay, I know that answer is yes. Yep, we love technology. I see another young man over here actually working on some machines. This can't be the same Joe, can it? Are they cloning you here?
They are cloning me.
Well, sometimes when we get the best of something, we want multiples of that best, don't we? And that thing seems to be you.
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. All right, we're looking around here. Our audience loves technical. I see some robot sides going. I see some, in fact, I was standing there just a second ago and the plastic fell and kind of scared me a little bit.
Yes.
So you're putting in work over here. What are we making and what are these machines capable of doing?
Absolutely. So these are our larger machines. These are our 470 Arbergs, 110-ton machines. The ones we saw previously were our 38-ton 270 Arbergs. This is a good example of our E2 and our E4 chain. So these are E2 links coming off of this machine here. Actually, the technician's just starting this up now. That's why there's actually a red bin there. A red bin indicates it's not been qualified in quality yet. Once it turns green with a sticker on the work order, then the gray bin goes there, so that means it's running production. So right now these two are in qualification process. This one here is our E4 link, E2 link, that's our E4. This is our E2 link, and this is a combination of a link and a crossbar that's molded on another machine, which makes our energy chain. I can show you an example of that.
Oh, I gotta see
There you
this. Oh, this is mine now, is that okay?
Yeah.
Can I just kind of throw this over my shoulder and do the rest of the tour with this thing?
Absolutely. That's a standard cable carrier, but one of thousands of configurations that we make at Igus. There's so many configurations. I'm still learning myself. I've only been with the company 2 years, but there are a lot of combinations, and we've been making all those configurations here. We change out the molds daily, depending on the quantity, and that's really the most challenging thing. Is there's a lot of inserts and technical advancements of these tools.
Perfect, Joe. Is that what keeps you so young, by the way? Is that you're still learning? I mean, 2 years and you're still learning every day. That's why you're so young, isn't it?
I've been around plastics for 30 years, but 2 years here.
Impossible. Come on, give me that
Absolutely.
microphone back. forever young. I tell you, good to see you again, Felix. I've
Oh, we're doing. Oh, it's like a heavyweight boxer, you know,
I've
belt.
won the belt.
Yeah,
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 I've won
yeah.
the belt. This
yeah.
is what we're doing.
Very nice. We'll make you a custom one. Orange, please.
Oh, can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
we
fantastic.
can make you one.
All right, Felix, we're starting to get closer to the end of this tour. These machines are incredible. They're doing what they're supposed to do. We talked about recycling, eco-friendly. We talked a little bit about the history.
Yep.
What does the future look like? And I know we're getting ready to show something really expansive.
Yeah.
Let's hold our breath, guys. Not just yet, not just yet. But let's talk about what the future holds, because it seems like you are moving quickly.
Yeah, yeah. Igus in general is a very rapid and agile company. We do a lot of product innovations. We do a lot of product development in the same way how we want to be addressing our customers. Very short lead time, inventory, produced where the customers need it. So we invested significantly to pull this off. But we also believe that we are still underserving a market with our products, right? As we talked earlier, our products have a sustainability factor baked in. Not only can we make them out of recycled material, we actually replace bushings and bearings that need external lubrication, which in itself makes our product pretty desirable. And a lot of industries are looking that way to say, how do I bake sustainability into my equipment? So we can help there, and we anticipate a lot of growth and hopefully a lot of expansion further here in Rhode Island, right? So
Would you say that that's some of the reasons or the differentiators about why Igus is so globally known, why these are almost on every track around the world with every company? These are some of the highlights, right? Would you be able to go over maybe, if you were going to give me an elevator pitch, forget those cameras are even there, forget they even exist, tell me an elevator pitch real quick about what makes Igus that company that people want to go to the website, do some research, to work with, spend time with. I would love to hear a little bit about that.
So the biggest thing in Igus is we test everything before we ever bring it in the market. We operate a 40,000 square foot test facility because historically we always had to convince engineers that plastic can do it, right? So we have lifetime performance data on everything we sell, which nowadays we can really, really nicely integrate into configurators, AI tools. We have an image recognition tool that you take a snap and a picture of your machine with, and we will tell you where our parts can save you cost and improve your lifetime, right? So we are a engineering-based company that really, really takes an effort on making sure we only release quality products, and we validate that through testing. And so we make your motion a lot easier than others, right?
Very, very well said. I want to take a look at maybe one or two more machines, but I got to trade you, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to trade you this belt because you're better at that job than I am. So you
will.
win the new manufacturing marketing media belt. Congratulations. I'm going to steal this from you. I think there's another gentleman over here. I'm going to take a look.
Young gentleman.
Are you kidding me? There's three of you? What is going on here, Joe?
Three of me, yes, I'm everywhere.
What in the way? You know what, actually, all jokes aside, when I see something like this, we're obviously playing a little game, Joe and I. But the important thing that I want you to recognize is all the machines that we just walked through, how many people do you see running them? This is why we keep seeing Joe. This is what automation does. This is what a quality machine does. It means you don't have to have a person on every single machine. In a skills shortage, in a labor shortage, you don't have to worry about how do I hire, what do I do? You know, we've seen three of you now, and all of these machines have green lights on them. So you're doing your job. I just want to iterate that, although cloning would be fun too. All right, Joe, enough with that. Let's talk about what we're making here. Oh, I see my belt again. I'm taking it back, Felix. I got a second belt. The champ is back. All right, what are we doing here, Joe? What are we looking at?
So this is a machine that's making our E4 links. This is actually, one link is the E4 that's coming off this machine. Actually, the mating link was running on the first machine that you saw earlier. This one actually is running the sprue picker as well. Separating the sprues, goes into the bin. Again, 100% recycled. We don't keep any of it. We don't throw any of it away. It's 100% recycled. We actually send it out, have it reground, come back as pellets, blend 20% back into the product, and we continue that trend all the way down. We've been doing that for about a year now, and that's right now. This is our main E-chain line. Bearings have been running on the other side that we saw earlier. There's about 10 people here, believe it or not. It's such a big facility, you don't see them. I have 3 technicians and a few assembly people, and one material handler, but for the most part, I personally check every machine every day. I come to every machine every day. We got 40 machines in here, running on 30 on average. I check every machine every day, well, at least once a day, make sure everything's good, make sure the quality's good, and then check the processes, see the counters, see the machine count, and yeah, I mean, for the most part, my team is strong, so I can easily leave and go to the other facility. And if I'm running a meeting, go to a training this afternoon, I don't have to worry about this facility because I know they got it in their hands.
Nice. Well, you surrounded yourself with all the right people in order to make that happen.
Absolutely.
Joe, thank you for cloning yourself and allowing you to be in 3 different spots at the same time.
Thank you.
Absolutely incredible. Come on, audience, I want to invite you over. We're going to close this whole thing out with Felix. Felix is such an amazing guy and allows us to spend time here. The last shot we want to get, Felix, is, although we've talked about the future a little bit, is the broadness and the expansion and the capacity of what is going on in the future. I mean, look at all that space.
Yeah, we didn't just want to build a current facility. We wanted to obviously build a facility that we can continue to grow in. So we have space here for over 190 machines, depending a little bit on sizes and variations. Our customer demand will drive what type of machine we buy. But the goal is to basically be the production spot for all of the Americas for the Igus plastic injection molded parts. The entire campus of Rhode Island continues to grow. Not only this building, we have 2 more facilities that we're working on and improving, but we have a significant expansion playground here. And we're looking forward to it, right? The next 20 years full of machines.
Well, you have a great history. It sounds like you have a great future as well. Would you say for everyone watching right now that here at Igus, you guys are extremely flexible when it comes to if there's a creative company out there that desires something that hasn't been done yet, they can rely on you to create that for them, to support them.
Absolutely.
And that's pretty much how this, so anyone out there, if you are doing injection molding, if you're looking for a partner that has the history, that obviously has the future, that's not going to disappear 5 years from now, plus you get to work with this guy, this is the type of company that has the flexibility to build you exactly what you want. The last thing I'm going to ask you, we didn't prep for this, so I hope you have it memorized.
No problem.
What's your website and how can we find out more if we need to get into those technical specs?
No problem. So www.igus.com. You can find our configurators, all our materials there, our web shop. We have over 250,000 items in store. So you can get bushings and self-lubricating materials and cables at any given time. So come check us out.
Absolutely, Felix. For everyone who's joined us today, I hope you've enjoyed this tour. I hope it's been educational as well. Like I always say, time is the one thing we cannot manufacture more of. So if you shared a piece of your time with us today, with this great man right here,
thank you
so much, and we'll see you again soon.
Alrighty, thank you.